Welcome back to SHAPEZ. If you're just tuning in, you did miss some great stuff, so I suggest you go into the video description below to see the full playlist where I showed you from start to finish how to conquer this game, how to master it. In the last episode we did from milestone 6 to 7, we completed this nice man over here. We started using in particular the pin pusher to push them higher, and we can now unlock the next one, color mixing, which is basically how to get secondary and tertiary colors. If I take red and green, what does that make? That makes yellow. Because if you look at the map over here, we don't have that many colors, right? We have the main primary colors of green, blue, and red, and I think that's it. That's it. But now we need to also make some yellow, as you can see. In particular, if I look at the tasks too, because as always we unlock a couple of new tasks. We have now some yellow, some gray. We're gonna need mostly yellow, gray, and we have also this color. I don't know, you call it like light blue, I guess we can call it. All right, so we're gonna need to make that color too. And oh, that's a lot of tasks. Oh, look at this. Sorry, I didn't see that there was so many. We have this time 7 tasks to complete. We've also unlocked obviously a new operator element with this one here. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this thing is gonna go very fast up because I'm making something like 12,000 per minute. We have 180 for each of the belts, right? Then we're talking about 6 full belts. We're talking about 12 lines, right? We have 3 levels. So yeah, that's 12,960 per minute. So this thing is going to go up very fast. And that has been giving us, by the way, quite a lot of research points. You can see I have 300 right now. So let's continue to unlock. Let's actually unlock everything, basically. We have a train speed that has increased, a train capacity that has also increased. So we can transport this 12,000 a bit easier. Let's finally get the 180-degree rotator, the label, even if I'm not really using them, to be honest. We have a couple of other foundation shapes that can be useful. A huge one over here, right? This is the 3x3. I'll show you that in a second. And then we're gonna have some really cool one over here, that are a bit more linked to logics. But before we do this, let me show you the rest. So we have the fluid tank that can be useful in particular to help with the mixing we're gonna start doing now. I have unlocked all 4 colors of the train. We have the red, the green, the blue, and the white. We've unlocked the vortex in the last episode, so that's great. We could also get a filler wagon if we want. I'll show you in a second what that means. And then last but not least, exclusive to the supporter edition, we have the rail loop and twister, which are just cosmetic. They don't really do anything, but let's get them. Okay, so there's still a couple that are needed over here, which are linked to the logic. So if you unlock the first one, then you get the next ones. So let's do them. And with this, we should have 100% of the research done, right? I don't see any research done, any research left over here. So it is, and we still have some points. We're still getting this moving forward, so all good there. Now, if we look at the milestone, next is going to be the crystals. But first, we're going to need to do something slightly complex. I mean, we have, okay, this one doesn't need to be pushed, but a diagonal of square in yellow. We have then a diagonal of gray that needs to be pushed up, okay? And then at the bottom, we're gonna have, I don't know, you call that, whatever that is in blue. And then we need to transform and put it in purple. And then we need to put it in white. Okay, we need to put it in white on top of the other shapes. So yeah, that's our goal. And then, as I said also earlier, we have quite a bit of tasks to be done too, including some new colors, the yellow and this, let's call it light blue, right? Which is green plus blue. Okay, according to this image, at least here. So it is, let's dive right in. Okay, so let's start with the last one. Don't ask me why. No, I know why. It's because it's a pretty simple one. You can see, especially the first level, it's something we have seen before. We know before you want a diagonal on a full circle that's going to be green and one that is gray. After this, it gets slightly more complex because we're going to need white. I'm going to show you how to make white. But then after that, it's easy because you just take the same thing, you rotate it, and you stack it. And then again, right? So in one place, you should be able to do it all. I mean, first, let's finish this level. Let me show you also where I did it. I forgot to put, is it over here? Yes, it is over here. So let me put a quick map marker. No, wrong button. Let's copy this and put the map marker over here. Okay, task. What was it, 6 or 7? That's fine, doesn't really matter. The important thing is I have it now here. So how do you make white? Well, you can go into your knowledge panel, color mixing. So first important thing, I mean, obviously this is the building for color mixing. It's going to take 2 inputs, 1 output, right? And what is important also to note is that if you take 10 liters of red, 10 liters of green, it will make 20 liters of yellow, right? So you don't lose fluid. So that is important. Or to say differently is the output is going to be twice 1 input. Now there is over here the details on how to make the colors, right? If you want the light blue or turquoise, you need the blue and the green. If you want, the purple, you're going to need your blue and red. If you want your yellow, your green and red. And then if you mix those two, like the purple with the turquoise or the yellow, you will get white, right? And yeah, that's basically it. So that's what we're gonna do. These are, I think, all of the colors we're ever gonna have to do. There is, if you're colorblind, by the way, some options. You can see it over here. They will enable you to create these, right? So there's a colorblind setting to see. And again, these are the different colors we're gonna get access to. So as I said just before, we want to make some white now, which means we need for sure some blue and red, and then some green. So that's the idea. So let's see, we have some blue, red, green. Maybe I use these ones, I guess. Let's use these ones together. So I don't think how much do we need? We need to make these guys white. So this is what, 5. But as we said, 5, we don't actually need 5 because the volume is going to increase. I think basically 2 is going to be enough. So let's go. Let's put 1 and 2 on the green. Same. I mean, there's one of them where we're going to need more than that. But let's start like this. Okay. Actually, let me choose right now which one we're going to have more of it. So we can do, where is it? Green and red first. All right, let's do green and red first. So we're gonna have the yellow, and then we can do blue and red, right? And then mix it. So that is over here where, if possible, we can try to fit 4. That's gonna be a bit harder. Okay, so it is, we've placed 4 now, just need to connect it all. Let's connect them together and I'll see you in a sec. So it is, we're bringing some green and some red and we're making some yellow. And then on the top here, we're bringing some blue and some red and we're making some purple. And then we're taking the purple and the yellow and we're making some white, sending the white into this train to then paint this half on this diagonal, right? And then the diagonal comes, I don't know why there's no paint here. What's going on? Why is this one empty now? Okay, so this is linked to the fact that everything is connected, so when one stops, the other stops. But anyway, so we're getting, the white piece here, and we're connecting at the same place we used to connect it to the red one, so that we're making white and red, and it is 8,000 have been delivered already. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you the paint in a second, but yeah, what the key thing now is that it is basically using the same and the same and the same, just rotating it. So what we can do is here, I have 5, so that makes obviously for a great production per minute, but it is just a task. I don't need it forever, right? So what we can do now is just bring this one like this, maybe this one like that, right? And then we're gonna connect 1, 2, and we just need to rotate one of them. Doesn't really matter, which side. So 1 and 2. So that's gonna bring me, right, a red one. Let's see it. Here it is. They're coming, they're being rotated a bit. So instead of having the red on this diagonal, the red should be on the other one. See it? We see the first few ones, yeah. So they're gonna be merged, right? And then we can just reconnect this here and this one there, okay? So we're not gonna use the full train anymore. So that should complete this one. It's gonna take a bit of time, but that's an easy one, right? We're done. Now let's look at the colors. So I'm using the exact same layout for these, and for these at this point, because it's taking 2 colors and bringing it into a new one. I will show you also a layout that I found on the internet that will enable you to take 3 colors and make directly the white. But this is an important one because we're gonna need to make yellow, we're gonna need to make purple, etc. So it was an important one to look at. As I said at the beginning of the episode, you do have to remember that if you take 10 liters of green and 10 liters of red, it's going to make 20 liters of yellow. So that is why, you have 2 full belts and 2 full belts, and not 2 into 1, basically. All right. So what's happening is we're taking one color on this side, one color on that one, and then we're going to have in the middle those color mixers. So another thing that's key to realize is that it says 2 buildings per fluid launcher. That means we're talking about the output, right? This output over here, one launcher like this is 1,800 liters, right? This is making 900. So that's why 2 of these will need one launcher. But what you do need is you can put more of these, more of the input. Right, so to say it differently, if you look at this belt here of green, it is going to support these 2, but it is also going to support these 2, because remember here it's 20 liters, but that is only 10, right, going here. So if you assume 900 is coming out of this one, right, that means 450 over here, 450, and then same 450, 450, so that is 1,800. So again, to recap, is in terms of input, you can connect 4, but for the input-output, you can only connect 2. But there is one more thing linked to this, which is we're talking about the launcher. The launcher is only 1,800. The pipe, as long as you've also upgraded it, is going to be 7,200 for me. So I can actually have in this pipe more than 2. I have actually 4. These 4 over here, they're connected to the same pipe. This is fine, 7,200 into one pipe, no problem. The only thing you need to change is here, it is separated into 2, right? 2, because this is limited to 1,800. I know it may seem slightly complex, so don't hesitate to tell me in the comments below on my Discord community if you're lost. All of the blueprints are actually available for my Patreon and YouTube supporters. Okay, so this is the one blueprint that I don't think you can make it better. I've tried a lot of times, but it is already super compact because you need 2 types of fluid, right? 2 colors. So that's why I had to do many of those strange things over here. I don't think you can put it into 1-to-1. If you manage 1 by 1, if you manage, do tell me. And then I did find, as I said, one on the internet. Okay, here it is. So this one is actually, as you can see, the same size. It's not going to do exactly the same thing. It's going to take only 1 belt and it's going to output 1 belt. How does that work? Well, you can see there's 3 layers. The idea is you bring different colors on each layers. So for example, we could say over here, the bottom layer is going to be red. Then at the middle layer, it's going to be green, and the top layer blue. So let's find another place like here that has all 3 colors. And now instead of making, a miner like this that has 3 inputs on each, am I looking? Yeah, this is the right one, sorry. So instead of having 3 like this, we're only going to use 1, and we're never going to use the same one. Give me a second. Where is the input? Input is that side. So for example, we're going to say the blue is the one at level 0. Then the green can be the one at level 1, which is this one over here. And then the red is going to be the one at level 2, which is the one in the back. Okay. So then we're going to bring them all together. Up, up, and up. And we're going to feed all of these to this one, right? Let's give it a second for the colors to arrive and I'll show it to you. So here it is, right? We have the red, the green, and the blue all together. And you can see they're all on different lines, right? There's one at the bottom, that's the blue, one in the middle, the green, and one at the top, the red. So what's happening is that at the bottom over here, we're taking the first 2, in this case the blue and the green, to make this light blue. Then this light blue will go at the top to the next layer, right? We have a second layer of color mixer, and that color mixer is then to take the blue plus the red, and that makes white too, right? You don't actually need, yellow and or purple. You actually just need the 3 primary colors, red, green, and blue, to make the white. So that's what's happening now. And as you can see, we're starting to make some white, and this is what's outputted at the end. And again, there is this thing also, like I mentioned before, where you can actually put quite a lot of them in one pipe, because this is 7,200. But at the end, you have to make sure you split them into multiple, because this is only 1,800. Right? So that's the idea, that's what we're doing. And it is, I've already done the first 2 levels, right? Turning it once, turning it twice, and now we just need to add 1 more. So in total, right, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is sort of why I created 5. I miscalculated. We don't need number 5. But that's okay. So let's take number 4 now. We're going to put another one here. And we're going to put another one of these. You can go there. It's not very clean, sorry. Let me just put it here. And we just need to put now this one there, this one there, and down. So this is only one. I mean, it is 12 per... Oh, not going full 12, it seems. Seems we're missing a few. But, you know, it is definitely quite a lot per minute, and it's not a milestone, it's just a task. While this is happening, let's look at the next one, the second legacy, where we need to start by 2 green ears, and then we're going to put a gray face on it. I actually already did the first one, because look at this over here. We had some green, and we had the 2 ears with also a face, I guess. So I'm taking it, I'm cutting, you know, the face, keeping only the ears, and getting a bit of green on it, right? Then we send it into this train, and this train used to go all the way, you know, to the base. Now I've stopped it over here, so that we can do the next stage, right? The next stage being that we're gonna take these green ears, and we're gonna put a face on it, a gray face, full face on it. There it is, I think it's already full. Now we're putting train on it, perfect. And then those train, they will continue on the same way and deliver directly into it. That should be enough to finish this next level. And then after this, we're gonna want to do what? We're gonna want to paint it green. So that is why I have over here a train that should bring me some green paint. Why is this empty? Oh, I didn't connect it there. That makes sense. So let's go, let's connect this here, connect that one there. So yeah, this is starting to get fuller, okay. So that's gonna deliver some green paint. We're gonna paint these ones in green. Here it is, look at this, already at 6,000. So yeah, done, nice. So let's go, this one can go here, this one there. We need the painter. Let's put it in the right orientation and get some paint in. Okay, so that's gonna paint it in green. And with this, it's gonna go on top, right, perfect. The next one is going to be a half one that is yellow. So we can basically take this one there, cut it in half. So I guess I only need one. So we're going to take that one, cut it in half, and we need to paint it yellow, which means we need some green and some blue. So we have... is there no green and blue here? Oh, that's pretty far. But yeah, I'll paint it yellow, and then we just need to put it on top, right? Over here, we need to put it at the right, maybe rotate it a bit. And at the end, they're gonna need to be painted white, actually, okay, instead of green, which means maybe I should do it actually over here. Sorry, I think we're gonna do it over here because this is what needs to be painted from now, green, but then become white. So we can bring the blue and the green, red from here to there. Okay, yeah, I think we're gonna do that. So let me work on this, and I'll see you for the next one. And done, we've completely finished with that one over here. And we have also completed step 4 of the second legacy. We have only the last one, which is basically to paint in white the mouth, right, that was in yellow, and also the ears that were in green. And this is why, if we go back over here, this is why I've put, you know, the 2 next to each other, right? We have the mouth over here, and we have the ears over there, yeah. So I put them close to each other instead of putting, you know, it all the way there. We do need to put it in white. So right now we have some yellow, which is green plus red. And we have also over here some blue, right? So now I can do 2 things. I could either bring the blue over here and change it into, you know, the new blueprint I showed you earlier, or we can bring this mix, right? This mix of yellow, we can bring it to here and then make it. I think we're gonna do that because this way we're gonna have more, like it's easier for, you know, I have 2 lines over here already. I can take 2 lines and make 4. All right, so let's go. We're just going to here fix, or not fix, but switch this over there. I'm going to delete these ones for now. But yeah, now this yellow is gonna go all the way over here. It's gonna come out on those 2, all right? And so we're gonna want now 2 of these, basically. don't know exactly. Yeah, this one can go here, and this one will go there. And then you can go, let me just move that. So we want one basically over here and one there. If we want to make it like super line, let's just do this. Okay. And we need a pipe here and there. Okay. So that should bring some yellow. Let's see it arrive now. It's gonna come out. Come out and play. We have the blue that's already there. Perfect. And let's see, blue and yellow. Is that gonna make me my white? Hopefully, I didn't make a mistake. Let's see. Yep, it is. White, white, white everywhere. This one will take a second, but you can see they're starting to come out. Perfect. So with this, we are making now some white. All right, and to be precise, we're gonna make 4 lines of white. Then we need to bring basically 2 lines of white here and 2 lines of white there. All right, that's the idea. Then we will need to bring this over. Where does it go? Oh yeah, it goes over here, right? Right. So all of this actually doesn't need to change. So yeah, let's go. We're going to bring 2 different. Can try to do it with 1 train actually. So let's go. We're gonna do fluid F. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Except here. Where is that one? I always forget. Yeah, it's gonna be a filler wagon over here, right? So it's never gonna have anything. Okay. So let's put this rail there. Stop. Then we're gonna need some trains. We're gonna need, as we said, so 2. And to be precise, you don't actually need to put the filler wagon. It's just that this costs 6 platform units. A filler wagon costs only 2. So you're saving basically, right? But it is not required. You could just put a normal one and it will still work. Okay, so we connect these ones here. Let me bring the fluid while we're here, there, so that it starts getting fuller. And then, as I said, we're gonna want, to get it down. So let's see, we're gonna want to get some here. I could have left, I guess we can put it back. So, we can do something like this, because here it was coming out somewhere over there. Right, and then it's gonna need to continue. Then we can delete these guys here. They are not needed anymore because we don't need to paint it in green. We need to paint it in white. So as I said, we're gonna want 2 to go here. So we're gonna put a stop there. Alright, so let's go train stop like this, and 2 unloading. 1, 2, and the rail goes there. Okay, so here it is. You can see the first 2 are coming out, and then we can have the next 2 coming out at the second place. So let's connect the pipes here, so it starts making all of this white. Okay, and then here, as I said, let's continue it down like this, and it's not gonna be very clean. Let's just make it like that. So we're gonna need a stop, and then we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, and 2. So the unloading platforms, right? They are at number 4 and then number 5, if I didn't make a mistake. Yeah, perfect. And then we just need to connect them. Yeah, up and up. Okay. So yeah, see, we still have some green here because this is not moving, I guess. What we can do if we want is to empty it. Right, so we start getting some more, and same here, I can empty it because I don't want green anytime soon. I want actually the white to start coming. Yeah, the white is coming here. So we should have soon a first one that are coming out white. Here it is, you can see them. Perfect. So they're starting to come out white, not gray, white, right? That's gonna go all the way over here. We have, do I have two? No, they're not mixing, so it's fine. Let me just check this one too. Yeah, it's coming out white. Then I go into this train. Okay, so we have those two trains. Well, right now it says green because again there is quite a bit of green left, but soon it's gonna be white. So white and green. The white will come here. Okay, go on top of this. Then this one will come there, go on top. Yeah, that should work perfectly. So it's not a crazy production. I mean, so we're talking about 180 for, you know, the speed of each lane times 12 times 2. So that's 4,320. Pretty good, right? For just two of these. And it is, I think these are the, oh no, they're not ready yet because look, the ears are still green. But soon, hopefully, we should start getting some, let me actually clean those two also. So that hopefully we get some green one, some white one soon. Still no? Come on, now they're coming, yeah. Okay, so while this is happening, let's talk about the next few ones. Next, we have over here yellow. So we're gonna need to make some yellow. Then red, that's easy. Gray to paint in white. Okay, so as always, we're gonna need the three colors to make the white, all right? But we also need red and yellow anyway. And in terms of shape, it's actually pretty easy, right? Because we have a full circle. It's gonna stay a full circle. Then we have the, so let's call it the star twice. So that's a pretty easy one. And then here we have another that is not too hard. Oh, there's a pin one here. And the shape is also slightly different, okay? But not too hard again. Painted white, okay. Here, what do we have? This is normal. There's no pins or anything. Here then you add one pin, okay, and then you paint the diagonal in white. Here red, yellow, that white, yes, white, and we put a gray on back. So honestly, all of these are not too complex. This one looks harder and definitely has a bit more, you know, of different shapes that we're gonna have to deal with. It's also not too hard in terms of the colors, at least. That's good. And then lastly, we have also a milestone, right? And again, there's some complexity, but it's a bit more of the same, right? So let me work on creating, you know, sort of a place for each of these, and then I'll show it to you. Okay, a few minutes later, and we made some good progress, finishing completely that one. 14,016 research points. Not that I really need them. I have 400, and, you know, we have nothing to unlock anymore. I'd love to have, you know, potentially unlimited upgrades over here, right? Like the speed. I should be able to get the speed even higher. Even, I know obviously not unlimited, like they need to compute in the back end and all of this, but to increase it would be great. And we've also started many of the other ones, as I said, right? So for example, we started this yellow one here, this blue one, and this red. So let me show you quickly some of these. So it is, we have over here, for example, I made, you know, is it there? Here, I made the yellow over there, all right? So we have a circle and we just need to paint it yellow. That means red and green. That's easy. I know I created 4 and only need 3, but that's fine with fluids. You can back up, no problem. So that is, you know, being sent with the green train on this line there. Then we also have a red train here for this red cross. And the cool thing is, you know, you may have realized that this red cross was for this, right? But now I'm going to use also this red cross for that one with this yellow over here, right? So basically I'm going to bring the yellow there. We're going, you know, to drop it, to unload, and then we're going to move this one basically, let's say over here, right? So that will be the future one. And yeah, we can just then put the red on the yellow, then send it, and we can finish that one over there. Then for the blue, over here, I have made, where is it? There. We have, you know, blue and green. That makes this light blue, right? It's a blue train that takes it for the paint, delivers it here, right? And then we paint this blue thing. And you may be wondering, why is that, you know, the same? It's not the same, actually. We need to put it up. So that's going to be very easy. Let's do it live together. Right? We have one, sorry, let's do it here. we have one layout for this. Here it is, the 12. Push up, up. So that should make this next level. And the next one is actually to have at the bottom, as you can see, a slightly different shape. That slightly different shape is just here. So we're gonna bring it down. We will need to paint it white. So I've also started a white painter somewhere. Who knows where, I'll find it in a second. But yeah, some good progress. So let's continue moving forward. Again, using as many trains as possible so that we don't use platform units, but we have also many platform units. So it's all good. It's all good. Okay, so we continue to make some progress and also continue to use, the same things for different elements. So what do I mean? Well, if we look over here at that one, we, I think, stopped over there. So I did that one, that was easy. Then we need to add a gray star on top, right? And then I also needed for here a red star and then a yellow star, right? So that was, I took all the same, it's that star over here. It used to be gray so that we can send it here. Then it was yellow. It was yellow thanks to that yellow there. It was going on this branch there. And now we're using still the same, but we're bringing white, all right? And then as I said, first, this was a yellow, a red, and then a yellow. So we just ended up sending it directly to the base. That's how we finished those two, right? Then we needed a gray. So I just cut this one and I brought the gray over here to put on top of, the red and yellow. And then we did the same just now to put a white on it. And then last but not least, it's going to be the same, except the white needs to be pinned up. So that's very easy. We can just go over here, take the last one. Let's empty this, by the way. So that'll be, there's nothing in the system that's left. And then, as I said, we just need to push it up, 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 up. So it is. It's going to now create, some, those white are going to be pushed up and they're going to be sent. What is there? There's still an old one, but anyway, okay. It's gonna be pushed up all the way over here, go there. Let's empty all of this while we're here. Good, okay, one more. Okay, so it's gonna deliver it over here, right? And then it's gonna be pushed on top of the red and yellow to finish that one. And then when this is finished, we can be very sneaky and just delete that one, rail, put one back this side so that we deliver, the white to the base. Next, we have over here this one. I finished it completely. So let me show you where we're doing it, right? So we are bringing over here, one circle and we're making it blue, right? 4 lines. Then we need to also bring a special one. This is not exactly a full circle. There's one square, but you may remember I told you there is one already done there. So that's easy. For the first time, we just needed it like this as gray. And then we need to paint it white. Again, first, I sent it directly. And then now I'm painting it white with the same white. This is the white I showed you before. And this is the one we're looking at now. It's the same white sort of production chain, if you wish, where we have red and blue, 2 of each, times 12, of course, but, 2 lines that are making, therefore, 4 lines, right, of purple. And therefore, while here you needed only 2, for the last one, which is green, you need 4, right? So that's why we have all of this. We're putting a lot. We're making 4, so we have a train, right? The train delivers. We have 4 lines of green to go with the 4 lines of purple, and that makes 8 lines of white, right? So we're sending 4 for each of those trains. And so yeah, with this, we've basically finished also SHAPEZ2 logo, right? We've done the logo of the game, perfect. So this one will start. Now let's talk about these ones over here. SHAPEZ1 logo. That was SHAPEZ2 logo, now SHAPEZ1 logo. So we need a diagonal of circles and just 1 square. Then we're going to need a second square later on that is pushed up. And then we're going to need to paint the diagonal of circle in white. So instead of trying to find, something that maybe already has that diagonal or those type of things, you could use, for example, this one pretty easily. But I said, no, let's make it a bit more standard. Let's use full circles and full squares. And let's do the same thing to each, which is you cut them first into 2 half circles, then you rotate them so that you can cut them again. And so you go from 2 lines to 8 lines of quarter circle or quarter square there, right? And then for the circle, we want to stack them back together after having done some rotations to put it exactly in the right way. And this way we're creating, as you can see here, diagonal. And for the first level, they need to be Great, so that's what we did. Versus on this side, right, for now, I was just keeping all 8 as one block because this is what we needed, right, for the first level. It was just one block. So I was taking 4, I was bringing them here, and then putting them together. Now we do need to bring a second block, right? Or to say it differently, is we need to create a diagonal after having pushed 1 up. So I'm going to slightly change this, right? So that we continue, for example, having 1, actually, maybe let's delete the whole thing there. And let's do it a bit cleanly. And I don't know why I put 8, so you definitely don't need 8. It's always going to be 4. But anyway, so you know, let's go, where is it? 5, 1. So if you do this, you can see what is coming out, right? We can see that these 2 are sort of symmetrical at the bottom, same here, and this one are symmetrical at the top. Right, so obviously this one and this one are the same, and this one and this one are the same. So you can just do it once and then duplicate. And the idea is we're gonna want to create, right? If you look over here, this is a diagonal this side, right? This diagonal. So we're gonna want to make it a diagonal on the other side with also one that is going to be pushed up, right? So let's go. This one basically is fine. So we need to push this one up. Now let's push this one up because it's fine. So let's go. Let's do it at the end. So this one will go up, and this one needs to be rotated. It needs to be rotated the other way. Okay. Unless I'm mistaken, but we're gonna check that quickly. Up. So this one is bottom. All right, and this one is top left. Perfect. And this one has been pushed up. Now we just need to bring a stacker. It doesn't matter what you put on top, all right, because they are not, oops, wrong one. So let's go left to mirror, oops, and 1 there. So we make it very compact, right? And then we can do that and put a bin so that it never stops. Or we can check that, we're doing it right. I think we are, but we'll see it in a second. Okay, so it is, I don't think we made a mistake. It is, slightly different, but it doesn't matter because as long as, we're not going to merge it with something else on top, it's all good. So it is, we're creating 4. They're going to go into this train, go there, and start creating the right thing, which is not this. It is not this, but hopefully now we'll soon have, there's one here. It's going to take a second for it, to arrive, to clean all of these, put the new ones, and to deliver. But we're also almost ready for the final one, because the final one is going to be white coloring of this one, here. So what I'll just have to do is put, painter here, here, here. We need to bring white, so I'll create white. But before, let me show you that we finished that one. Great. And so as I said, I can now move doing this one here, which is the white. So we're going to break this here and just say go directly to, the output, because that's what we have there. There it is, it's going. We don't need that one anymore. Delete it. We can delete all of this soon, actually. But before, let's also prepare the final step, which is just going to be a gray background. We have one there, so that's going to be easy. Need to bring it basically. Oh, no, wait. This doesn't need to be up anymore. Forgot about that. So let's give it a second. Yep. Oops. So just need to re-put up, right? We don't need to pin it up. This one is just on the floor. What we do need is, as I said, bring this over here. Be prepared to do our stacker where this is going to be on top. So that's easy. I can prepare first the unloading. The best would be to put it just behind this line, like that, with this here, this there. Okay, and yeah, you come over here. Where is it? Over here. Maybe something like this. Perfect. Okay. And it doesn't matter which color of locomotive we're going to use. The only thing that matters is how many do we need. We need 3 to make it, the same ratio. So let's go. Miners. Again, I hope that you're appreciating that, sometimes I'm doing the things, on screen, sometimes off screen. So it doesn't take too long to go do all of those tasks, but at the same time, I don't hide anything from you all. Okay, so let's go over here. That's fine. And the last one is here. Good. Then we put loading this time. 1, 2, 3. Put that there. Any locomotive will make it. Let's put 2 because it's not too far, but it's not too close either. And then we have so many points at this moment, and this is not a permanent thing, so we can just delete it later. So it is. We're creating some squares. They're gray. They're gonna. Oh, I forgot to stop. Sorry, my bad. And here, no, I have a stop. Okay. So they're gonna deliver here, and then here we're gonna put some stackers. We'll just do that though when this one is finished. I am slightly surprised that this one hasn't started actually. Wait, we're still making the wrong... No, now we're starting to make the right things over here. 1 second later, the white over here is finished. So let's finalize that piece. Where is it? Somewhere over here. Close. Yeah. It's coming there. They haven't delivered any yet, but it should be starting now. We're gonna need a stacker, right? We're gonna need maybe to move that slightly, make some space. Let's go stacker platform, where we say the star needs to be on top. So that sounds good. Like this. Like, I'm gonna need to leave a bit of space, but that should be fine. Let's go. So you go here. You go there. Yeah. Okay. Up. Again, I know it's not. I'm using a bit more units than necessary. I could make it slightly more compact, but it's also not required, given that we're gonna delete this thing in a minute. So up. Okay. So we have this coming at the bottom over here. I can see the first one has come. We're gonna bring the stars on top, and then it's just gonna go deliver. We just need to bring this here. Okay. And this one has restarted, as you can see. I think it was just one train, 6,000 out of 8,000 done in one go. Okay. And then last but not least, we have only one more task, a pin task, and then we're gonna have the milestone. But let's do that in the next episode. So as promised, in the next episode, you'll see me having finished all of those pin tasks, and we'll also complete milestone 8 so that we can move to the final milestone, milestone 9. Thank you for watching, smash the like button, and see you next time.